What is going on, guys? So today we're going to be working on the Mach 1, and it's actually going to be the first suspension mod that we put on this car. This car is 100% bone stock suspension wise. So let me show you what I got. So big thanks to the guys at BMR for sending me a set of their lower control arms. Just take a look at these things because they are absolutely gorgeous. All right, guys, so we are going to be installing these today, and it's really simple. The install should only take about an hour to an hour and a half, and it really doesn't take a lot of tools, so let's get right into it. So the first thing that we're going to do is jack up the car and get these wheels off. So guys, don't forget to chalk your front wheels with something. Now with the vehicle up and jack stands up under the rear axles, we can then start to lower the car slowly just to make sure that they are seated on the jack stands correctly. After removing both wheels, we're going to get rid of the sway bar. So you got to move the ABS wire right there, and then there's 113 right behind the wire, and then there is another 13 millimeter bolt right there, and that's on both sides. And we'll just, oh shit, we'll just kind of put all this over here for now. And we should really move stuff. All right, so basically the only things that are holding this control arm in are that bolt and that bolt right there. So what we're gonna do is put the jack up under this side of the control arm and put a little bit of pressure upward on it, and then remove that bolt, release the pressure on the jack so that this does not just fly out of there. And then we can remove that bolt and get the whole control arm out. Pressing up on the control arm right now. Now this front bolt is an 18 and right behind it is a 21. So you'll need both a 21 and an 18 to loosen that bolt since it has a nut on the other side. Make sure you don't lose the nut that goes on the bolt. So. Now very slowly, you can then release the pressure on the jack, and that control arm will then come down. Let me see if I can get a good angle on it. There it is. So now with the jack out of the way, you should just be able to come in here, pull down, and get the spring out. And then don't forget the isolator. And then we can just tackle those other two bolts. So the back bolt is an 18 and the front bolt is a 21. So now once you get those removed, they're a little bit tricky and really tight. Then this lower control arm comes right out. You can look at your bushings and see how old and shitty they are, especially compared to the new ones. Now here's a side-by-side comparison of the two lower control arms. And as you can tell, the BMR ones are extremely better design. They still have the holes for your sway bar. You can even adjust the angle. But guys, as you can see, the old ones are just so, I mean, I could just imagine how much that would flex under a hard launch. I mean, that is not thick metal at all. So these should really improve our 60-foot times. So since my Mustang is 100% stock, not even lowered other than, you know, these now, I'm just gonna be adjusting these new control arms to the same length as the old ones. Now I've already measured from the middle of that bolt hole to that bolt hole, and it is 17.5 inches, and I have already adjusted that. It was like at 16 whenever I got them, so it was just a little bit of adjustment. But yeah, guys, so just basically match that with that, unless your car is lowered and you want some other different angle on your rear end. So really all that's left, guys, is to put the bolt in on this side, put a little bit of thread locker on that one, then put your spring and isolators in, you know, jack it up with your jack. And then once the bolt on this side can go through, put some thread locker on that bolt, tighten that one up, and then this side's basically done. You just got to reassemble everything else. And then do the other side, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple from this point. So I'm not going to actually be driving this car tonight, but the next time I take it to the track, we're going to see if these actually will help cut down on my 60 foot. Right now it's about a 1.9. So I'll make a video next time I hit the track, guys.